Hey everybody, Daryl Davey here for Oak and Hollow Games. Just doing a quick weekly check-in. This seemed to do pretty well last time, so I figured I'd hop on again and say hello and kind of give you an update on some of the things that we have done and are hoping to do soon. As the title says, I'm going to be going over some of our skirmish pieces and a possible, hey Katie, possible real estate investment for the World of Oak and Hollow games, or the World of All Hallows Eve. But I wanted to show you guys up close some of the colored resin that I had currently been trying to use. I was really nervous to use these at first, just because I thought it would take different settings, maybe cure differently. There's a few things as far as like cleaning process that I'll have to go to. I'm not sure how well you could see on one of these, but it leaves a little bit of a smudge if I don't quite get it as cleaned out as I'd like. Think like a sucker that has maybe too much wetness on it or whatever, so it just leaves a little bit of a smudge, which I don't think will be too difficult. Just a little more patience on my end when it comes to cleaning. But the prints all came out really smooth. I was worried about how things line up. Reese, hello. I got Cat Reese on. This is sweet. So I was a little bit worried that there would be a lot of lines inside, and video quality, I don't think it'll snap close enough for you guys. It wants to focus on me, but maybe if I pop out of frame for a second. Nope. But I thought I'd see a lot more layering than I do, and it turned out really clear, which is nice. You also might have saw that I had updated some of the models to have these holes on the bottom as well as in the base here, and that is for, I'm not going to grab them now, but these little earth magnets. That you could glue in there. I don't think I'm going to do that on my end, but I wanted to have those in there so people have the option to put those in so they kind of have a snap, and then when you're moving the pieces around the board, you're able to, they don't fall out, whatever. Most of the time it's pretty easy. They stay in there fairly well as you move, but little quality of life thing. But the colors are all really nice. They're distinguishable enough. I thought maybe the green and the blue would be too close. Maybe for some of our color blind folks, I have a couple of buddies I'm going to talk to because I know they have different types, so I can always ask them about, hey, are these different enough? But with the shapes and stuff too, I think it should be enough of a difference. The only thing, and I mentioned this in my post, that was frustrating is that these ones, thanks Reese, yeah, I dig the colors. I think they're nice too. These ones are opaque, the yellow, which of all the ones you would think would be coming clear, and the other ones are clear. And the yellow didn't say one way or another whether it was opaque. Neither did the green or the red. It just said red, green, yellow. The picture on yellow was kind of hard to tell. The red and the green looked like they were going to be clear, but the only one that said it was clear was the blue. And so they just need to do a better job of marking down what is what. I did use the Elegoo. That's the type of printer I have is Elegoo Mars. So I like to use the Elegoo products with it, and they also come with water washable, so it's a little more expensive on the buy, but it's less expensive and to me less dangerous, air quotes, because it's water washable as opposed to having to have a lot of other chemicals in the house to get them washed, and it's another process. For me, it's more of a time, and the expense of buying them at a higher cost is lowered because I don't have to buy the other stuff to clean it with. And I haven't found a suitable alternative when it comes to colored prints yet. I'm still doing some research because, hey, Jamie, how's it going? Because I don't want one to be opaque and all the other ones to be clear. If possible, I like them all clear. I think it's a good look. It's a lot of fun, or all opaque would be fine too. But we have the Thief and the Wizard in yellow. It does bug me a little bit because I've always envisioned the Wizard being blue, but was talking with Phil and Rob a little bit during one of our playtest nights. Another one will be coming up this coming Thursday. They mentioned about having like pairings of pieces be different colors. So since I was only having 4 colors instead of the 8 for time, cost, and whatever, we did things that were like did similar things. So the Archer and the Jouster both have like a ranged attack, so they're both the reds. The Bard and the Cleric both messed with rolls, so they're both blue. The Knight and the Duelist kind of have extra like attack actions, and then the Wizard and the Thief didn't fall in any other categories, so they're kind of the wild card for like extra movement and casting barriers, so they're a little bit different. So just at a glance you see, okay, I know it's red, that means it's going to be one of the ones that has some range. I'm going to want to stay back from that. And then you look at the model and go, oh, it's the Archer, it's diagonally, or oh, it's the Jouster, it's going to be orthogonally. So just another ease of access, I guess, but for newer players to see. The bases came out pretty nice. I'm going to probably go over, and it's tough for me just because of patience, and I've already done it once, but I'm going to probably go over and just fine-tune all of the models one more time, make sure everything's laying flat. I didn't have a ton of issues printing these out. Certainly not as much as I had thought. I thought the color was going to be a nightmare, and I'm going to have to change my settings, but that's all good. So truly I just need to go back with my models now and double check that I've got all of the all of them flat on the plane and how I need them and how I like them. Maybe position some of the pieces so I don't need as much support, which is less cleanup for me afterwards, because when I'm doing this in big batches, the less bored I am when I'm doing it, the better. And also, even though I have them on there, both of the blues didn't have their hole for the magnet in there, which was weird. So, yeah. And again, I'm trying to keep this short, which is always my downfall. I'm going to move on from those. Overall, I think they look pretty nice. They look great on the board. I'm going to be working on getting a nicer set of boards printed out here soon for finalized testing. We are doing an event, obviously not this weekend, I believe the next weekend, for Esco's Winter Days at the, you can look that up on Oak and Hollow Games, little blurb there and it'll tell you, and I'll be selling All Hallows Eve there, and then demoing Skirmish. I thought about maybe trying to make some beta boards to sell of Skirmish, which I just think the turnover time is too short now, but I might have beta boards available soon. We'll see, depending on how the prints go. And that just helps support early on getting a better quality product out later. Plus you get a fun, like, early access and a rarer version of the game. Hi, Emily. You're upstairs. I snuck down here. Shh. Don't tell you I'm doing this. And the other thing I wanted to chat about is, really quick, I'm going to go into more detail when this is done further, but I'm making a town board to use at conventions, or hopefully to do some live testing. And I have an idea where you could possibly buy some real estate on the board, and as we're doing live plays, have your name called out if you if we are by one of the houses on there. But I'll get into more of that detail. I want to get the board set nice and inlaid and stuff before I go too crazy with that, but keep posted. Other than that, I'm trying to think if there's been any big developments on anything. It's just little fine-tuning now. I'm going to start working on the rule book with more earnesty, getting like supplementary pictures and stuff in there. Gonna probably start looking at stickers and boxes. The biggest holdup for Skirmish right now is how we want to do our boards and at what size. I haven't had boards before. I've just had the tiles, which we print locally, and I could do that, but I think for Skirmish I'd want a thicker board than they have available, like an actual playing board. So I found a place that does it. Just ironically, they have the one size I would want is not available. It would be a custom size, which then ups the price, and I would rather not have it cost more. So for both the consumer and for myself, but yeah, we'll see. So I'm gonna be still monkeying around with the color stuff. Going back quickly, the mage. Or the wizard summons the barriers. I may keep those grayscale. I have to think on. Usually, I have some gray left over from All Hallows Eve prints, but then it's like a fifth color I have to buy and change prints for. But I don't want to use like. It would use so much more yellow. I'd go through a lot more yellow than I would the other ones, and maybe that's just how it works, and that's fine. It doesn't look bad, gray. And then I have plus and minus tokens for the clerics as well. So those could all be grayscale and just have like a token batch, and that way people know it's not a piece, it's a token. Again, the visual aid, but we will see. But again, check out Esco's winter holiday sale coming up soon. You can find the information on Oak and Hollow Games from when that will be. I will be there again, demoing Skirmish and selling All Hallows Eve. And then also, there's tons of other stuff that's going to be there. It'll be a lot of fun. Bring the kids and the family. Beyond that, I want to try and keep this short. I think I succeeded in that this week. Keep posted. If any of you do get to play All Hallows Eve, or you're over here, or you hear someone talking about it, please post on the group. I'd love to hear your opinions, your comments, see what other people are up to. It's always neat to see stuff being played out in the wild. So, yeah. All right. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and I will be talking with you soon. Bye now.